That breaking news is in Southern California, where fire crews are being pushed to their limits by 4 large fires. Tonight, more than 2,000 buildings have been destroyed in the Palisades and Eaton fires combined. Tens of thousands of people are forced from their homes, and 5 people have been killed. Good evening, and thank you for joining us here for our news at 11. I'm Edie Lambert.
I'm Gulston Dart. After spending the morning in Southern California tonight, President Joe Biden declared a major disaster for those wildfires that will help those impacted get access to recovery funds. Now, here's a look at where the fires are burning right now. The Palisades fire is burning through a part of Pacific Palisades there on the lower left, and the Eaton fire is up in Altadena. The Hearst fire is over to the west, burning between Santa Clarita and San Fernando. And the Sunset fire broke out earlier this evening in the Hollywood Hills, not far from the famous Hollywood sign.
The Sunset fires burned about 60 acres near Runyon Canyon. It broke out around 6 o'clock tonight. This is a mostly wooded area, very popular for hiking. So far, there is no word on any structures burned in this fire, but a lot of residents were forced to evacuate. And tonight, we're hearing from residents who had to run from the fire.
I just heard helicopters and sirens outside. I really wasn't expecting it to be the fire because I always hear sirens right here. So I don't know. I walked to the front door and I went outside and I seen everybody running back and forth, and then I looked to my left and just seen a fire.
So here's another look at that fire. Obviously, this shot from the ground giving you a better idea of what those residents are seeing. The evacuation orders for this fire include parts of Hollywood Boulevard, of course, a famous tourist attraction and the site of the Walk of Fame.
And the Eaton fire is in Altadena. This one has burned 10,600 acres. This is the fire that has killed at least 5 people. LA County Fire says at least 1,000 structures there have been destroyed. This includes hundreds of homes. And we also wanted to show you some satellite images of Altadena. This is really stunning when you just take a second to look at this, showing just how many buildings are on fire and everything in a lit up grid pattern. Everything you see there in orange or white, that's where fire has been detected. These images are coming from this morning at 10:45, and it just continued to get worse throughout the day.
KCRA 3's Melanie Wingo was in Altadena tonight to show us some of that damage.
Even though it's dark, we can see all manner of devastation and destruction here off of North Lake Avenue in the community of Altadena here in Southern California. These buildings reduced to rubble with still flames flickering among this rubble, which, if you stand close to, it is still warm from the fire that burned through this area. This is a major thoroughfare within Altadena, and look at this, littered all up and down the sidewalks. Debris from the buildings that the fire tore through. This road right here, North Lake Avenue, as you can see across the street, lots and lots of resources trying to protect what structures are still here. Across the street from where we are, an arts academy that has what locals call an iconic bell tower. You can see the flames on the roof of that structure, and it appears that fire crews are trying to preserve that bell tower structure. Numerous firefighting agencies from up and down the state we have seen in our time here in Southern California today trying to protect, again, what's standing, but so much, as you can see, is destroyed this evening. Up this road, we were also up in this direction too, and we saw power lines down across the street. Of course, they're not energized right now, but it just speaks to the hazards that still exist within the evacuation zones. And that's why fire crews are telling people who have been put on evacuation orders that they need to leave and stay out until it's all clear, because still, as you can see, this is a very active situation with emergency vehicles passing through around the clock. Also of note, what we can see is the damage and destruction left behind because of the high winds. Oh, and just in the past couple moments, I'm hearing another propane tank type explosion. We've heard those throughout our time here in the distance. They're popping off all over this community. Lots happening here. Still so much to take care of within this area and all across Southern California. We'll be reporting on it throughout the next couple of days. Reporting from Altadena, Melanie Wingo, KCRA 3 News.
And from Altadena, we go now to the fire burning in the Pacific Palisades. This is the largest fire that's burning. It's burned about 16,000 acres. CAL FIRE says crews were dealing with extreme fire behavior, including short and long-range spotting. At least 1,000 structures have been destroyed in this fire. We want to show you this as well. This is time-lapse video showing how fast the Palisades fire was burning today. This was in the Topanga area. And the fire was actually growing more slowly today as the wind wasn't as strong as it was last night. Those who live in the area are talking about the explosive growth as the wind was at its strongest.
But something this big and this fast that, kind of just wiped out the whole town was something that I personally, and I think a lot of people from around here, never saw coming.
And we can also show you some drone video from Pacific Palisades, another view of just the massive amount of destruction. You can see some of those buildings still on fire, others just completely reduced to ash. Just a devastating scene in that community.
And in the San Fernando and Santa Clarita area, the Hearst fire has burned some 700 acres. This fire spread rapidly last night, destroying homes in its path. Water and retardant drops from planes and helicopters are helping keeping crews with a better handle on this fire. Containment on that fire, though, the Hearst fire is still sitting at 0%.
Crews also had to deal with another fire tonight. This is in Studio City, not too far from the Sunset Fire. This started as a house fire and then spread into brush and ignited other homes before crews were able to contain it. The cause of this fire is still under investigation.
And the big story for these fires are the winds that were whipping up just terribly this time last night. It was really bad. They did let up somewhat today. The threat, though, is still out there. Red flag warnings are still up through Friday evening.
Yeah, just a tense time for people throughout that region. Let's check back in with Heather, who's been tracking the conditions there in Southern California.
Yeah, and there is temporarily some better news for tonight and into tomorrow morning. The winds have let up and they will stay light overnight. These are our wind gust gauges. You don't see any numbers, which means these airport sites are not picking up any gusts at sea level more than 20 miles per hour. Good news there, but as Edie and Gulston just mentioned, red flag warnings continue through Friday. Critical fire weather conditions, the wind, the dry air, and the very dry fuels are still going to be hanging around. Watch Futurecast here as we go through tonight. Yeah, the wind gusts stay below 20 miles per hour, but this is 9:30 in the morning, starting to see some odd gusts upwards of 30 miles per hour. By the time we get to tomorrow afternoon and evening, back up in the hills, gusts up over 40 and some gusts down at sea level up around 30, 35. Now, I know over the last 24 hours, the 60, 70, even 80 mile per hour wind gusts, those grab a lot of attention. Those make headlines for good reason. Those winds on their own do damage. But when you have an ongoing fire situation, wind gusts 30 to 40 miles per hour, that's a dangerous situation too. As we go through tomorrow evening, still gusty through the mountains. Winds will let up some into the valley. So bottom line, hopefully the crews can gain at least some advantage tonight while things are relaxed for just a bit. Back to you.
All right, thanks for that illustration there. Appreciate it, Heather. Well, crews from across our region are in Southern California right now helping to fight the fires, and that includes CAL FIRE. They have sent a dozen aircraft from Northern California. One of them, their C-130 air tanker, and KCRA 3's Peyton Headley talked to the crew and got an up-close look inside. And Peyton, we know they've been busy.
They have. They went down to fight the Palisades fire both yesterday and today. They say that when they got down there today, they also saw air tankers from Montana and Washington. It really just goes to show how many hands are on deck to help get this fire under control. The sun set the stage at the Sacramento McClellan Airport as CAL FIRE's C-130 air tanker returned from a day of firefighting in Los Angeles County.
What we do is we put retardant on the outside of the fire, around the edges.
Dave Kelly is the captain. He led his crew on 8 drops over the Palisades fire in the last 2 days, totaling 32,000 gallons of retardant.
It wants to slow the fire down. So we're just putting that containment line that gives them enough time to put the firefighters on the ground to actually interface it and slow it down so they can do some good with it.
He says the conditions in Southern California made those drops tough.
Very turbulent, very windy. We were looking at probably 30 to 50 mile an hour winds down in those drainages that we had to contend with while also doing our job, which is difficult in itself.
But their job is vital, especially in a fire as devastating as the Palisades. From the sky, how did that fire look?
Pretty apocalyptic. The amount of, we're used to seeing big fires up in the timber with the smoke and the flames and all that. It's a little different when it's running through downtown LA, and that people are losing their houses and they're doing the best they can just to get out of the way of this thing. They're running for their lives.
That's why he says they'll continue to push to put this fire out.
We're just trying to give those people a chance so that they can get out. So anything we can do to aid in that, that's what we're all about.
And the crew we spoke with today was at the end of their shift, but they say another crew will be in tomorrow morning, ready to head down to Southern California. We're live at McClellan Airport. Peyton Headley, KCRA 3 News.
All right, thanks for that look, Peyton. Also, other agencies to send crews to Southern California include Amador Fire, Cosumnes Fire, as well as Davis, El Dorado Hills Fire, as well as Sacramento Fire and Sacramento Metro Fire.
And while firefighters battle these devastating flames and thousands of people are evacuated from their homes, some criminals are trying to take advantage of the tragedy. Deputies have now arrested 3 looters, and LA County's new district attorney says they will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
If you think for a moment that you can take advantage of this right now or over the next weeks, months, or even years, you are wrong. If you go ahead and you want to loot, if you want to steal, if you want to engage in scams on vulnerable people who've just lost their houses and their businesses, we're going to arrest you, we're going to prosecute you, and you will absolutely be punished.
Now, President Joe Biden was in Santa Monica this morning where he got a briefing on the fires. He's now canceling what would have been his last overseas trip as president so that he can be available for anything needed for this major emergency.
Yeah, he had been scheduled to leave for Italy. That was for tomorrow after delivering a eulogy at former President Jimmy Carter's state funeral. Earlier today, the president got a briefing at a fire station along with the governor, Gavin Newsom. There they are together. The president assuring Californians that the federal government would provide whatever support is necessary to help put out the fires and would stay after the flames have died down to help rebuild. The causes of all of these fires are still under investigation. And the governor responding tonight from criticism coming from President-elect Donald Trump, blaming his leadership for the fires. Trump claiming on his social media page that Newsom rejected a, quote, water restoration declaration that could have helped prevent the fires. His post went on to say, quote, I will demand that this incompetent governor allow beautiful, clean, fresh water to flow into California. He is the blame for this. And then he followed up mocking the governor's name, posting, Gavin Newsom should resign. This is all his fault. In an interview with CNN, the governor accused Trump of trying to politicize the disaster.
People are literally fleeing. People have lost their lives. Kids lost their schools. Families completely torn asunder. Churches burned down. This guy wanted to politicize it. I have a lot of thoughts and I know what I want to say. I won't.
The president did say later today that he would work with Newsom on the wildfire recovery effort.
Along with the hundreds of homes burned in this fire, some historic buildings are also destroyed, and among them, the former home of actor Will Rogers. The State Parks Department says that home in Pacific Palisades burned overnight. The fire also damaged the Topanga Ranch Motel, which was once owned by William Randolph Hearst. We will continue to follow developments in the Southern California wildfires, both on air and on our KCRA 3 mobile app. Make sure you have the push alerts turned on to get the latest news.